everybody, and welcome to the Asylum podcast TV show review. My name is John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert, and welcome to the Phineas and Ferb Season 1 review. Booyah! Thank you so much for joining, guys. Now, I know I was supposed to review the first season in May, but I got incredibly busy, and so this is actually the month of June that I'm actually reviewing Season 1, and I'm hoping to review Season 2 of Phineas and Ferb this month. And I'm actually going to talk about every single season of Phineas and Ferb leading up to Season 5, the revival that's going to be coming out this year, which I cannot wait for that. So without further ado, let's get this review started. So, what was it like in the 2000s when Disney Channel was on the air? Well, let me say this, guys. The 2000s, it was a great decade for Disney Channel. The live-action comedy shows was incredibly successful. The Disney Channel original movies was getting millions of viewers and people were still watching it. The cartoons, however, it was okay, I guess. Now, don't get me wrong, they did have Toon Disney that was on the air, but they were just doing reruns of old animated shows like from the 80s and 90s, which those did not count. So they had to create a great animated show that the kids, teens, tweens, and adults, which let's be honest, adults can enjoy as well, that they actually wanted to create for everyone to actually enjoy. Well, that's when the creator by the name of Dan Poppenmeyer was the one that developed and created this show, Phineas and Ferb. Now, this goes all the way back to his childhood when he was very little, when he grew up in Mobile, Alabama, where his mom actually told him, don't waste a day of summer. Pretty great idea for a concept, isn't it? So he was looking for companies that wanted to buy the show of Phineas and Ferb, and unfortunately a few studios says no. But Disney Channel thought this is a great idea, so they actually told him, we got you the rights to do Phineas and Ferb in 2006, so that's when the development actually began. So let's go a little bit of backstory. Not a Dubitsmerge backstory, don't worry. There's no evil scheme and no of my evil genius that I'm going to talk about. No. Backstory when I was a little kid. So when I was 12 years old, High School Musical was my thing. Oh my goodness. I still have the VHS tape of me recording the High School Musical movie Saint Awan, and that movie became a humongous hit for viewers and people just couldn't get enough of High School Musical. So of course the sequel was inevitable, so it came out in 2007 with High School Musical 2. So by the time High School Musical 2 came out, once again it was a smash hit for viewers. And then they actually did a little bit of a watch-along with the cast of the High School Musical franchise. And then they actually were going to do a premiere of the first episode of Phineas and Ferb, the show as a preview of what you were going to see next for the Phineas and Ferb TV show. And oh my, did things change big time when the first episode of Phineas and Ferb came out with the roller coaster episode. And it became a smashing hit as it spawned 10 million viewers. Over 10 million. Can you believe it? Crazy, right? And that actually became a big win for Disney Channel. So then they actually did more episodes. And once the kids and the tweens and the teens start to fall in love with the show, they did more episodes. And Season 1 became incredibly successful. And honestly, without the first season, I don't know if we would ever got the next 3 seasons with the revival that's coming out this year. Like, I don't know if we would ever predict that. It's absolutely crazy. And as you know, as a huge fan of Disney, like you've noticed, my Mickey Mouse shirt, hello. And I said this many times before that one of my all-time favorite animated shows was Phineas and Ferb, and it's actually my second favorite, just right behind Batman the Animated Series. So that's when I decided to binge watch the first season, and I would love to give you my thoughts on the first season of what I do think is considered a Disney Channel milestone when it comes to great animated Disney shows. So, what makes Phineas and Ferb Season 1 just a fantastic show? Well, let's begin with the concept. The concept is pretty much Phineas and Ferb building something, their sister Candace trying to bust her brothers and try to get them into trouble, and then you got this platypus that's pretty much doing his thing by being a secret agent and trying to fight against this very evil doctor, scientist. You know what? He's wearing a trench coat. I mean, nobody knows if he's a doctor or if he is a scientist. Who knows? And then it pretty much is more and more great adventures with Phineas and Ferb when they pretty much stick with the same concept for pretty much almost every single episode. But what I love most about Phineas and Ferb is it's not just the whole Phineas and Ferb building something to actually have a great summer and Candace trying to bust the brothers. Not just that. They do different concepts to actually make the show very, very different by each episode. So it's not just about Candace trying to bust her brothers. It's pretty much is about different variety of stuff. Like, what are the parents doing? What is Candace and her friends going to do? And also, is Candace going to have a loving relationship with Jeremy? Is that going to happen? Do you think that these two will actually have themselves a great relationship? We'll never know. So that pretty much is why Phineas and Ferb is just a fantastic show, because they pretty much do different concepts to actually make the show more interesting. Like I said, it's not just about having a great summer vacation by deciding to just build stuff for Phineas and Ferb and his friends and their friends to have fun. It's pretty much just about what do you want to do to have yourself a great summer? What kind of stuff would you want to do if you were in a middle of a summer vacation? You don't want just to sit down and be lazy and just say, oh, I'm so bored. What can we do for summer vacation? And we're going to be going back to school in months. Like, no. It's about having fun and figuring out what that they want to do. And when it comes to the show in general, what I love most also about the show is the humor is absolutely fantastic. It is absolutely hilarious. There's some great jokes that not only that the kids, tweens, and teens that will understand, but even the adults will understand, because there are some great references to movies and also to TV shows that the adults will understand, but still the kids will absolutely love it, and they'll be like, okay, that actually was really funny, because that's what it's about. It's about making people laugh, and there is some fantastic humor that in this TV show. And that pretty much is thanks to the great style when it comes to the animation style. Now, were there a few errors of the animation? Sure. All TV shows have animation errors. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. But honestly, the animation is just so fantastic that you just love the designs of the human characters, the way that the animal characters look as well. It's a very different animation style when it comes to TV shows. You want to try to do something very different like any other animation shows. Like, if all animated shows was all humans that pretty much exactly the same, like mine, we would not be having a TV show. Because, let's be honest with yourself, you don't want to have all animated comedy shows to be exactly the same. You want to do something very, very different, so that way people can be interested, that people can actually be saying to yourself, wow, I want to watch more of that. And I personally think that the animation style of Phineas and Ferb just looks so awesome. Like, I love the design of Phineas and Ferb. Like, it's incredibly different. Like, I highly doubt that humans look like that with the whole pointy nose and a different shiny head. The design is great. I personally think that the design of Perry the Platypus looks so great. I love the design of that. The city of Danville surrounding them, it looks really great. I love the look and design of Danville. Like, it looks like your ordinary town, sure, but it looks so unique and interesting. Like, it pretty much shows you that no matter what kind of cities or states, whatever they do, it just makes the show look so cool the way that it is designed. And come on, let's be honest with ourselves. Would you want to live in Danville that pretty much has some really cool things? I'm pretty sure you would. When it comes to these characters, they're just so iconic and they're just so awesome to watch. Phineas and Ferb, as always, they're just wonderful characters, as a lot of people always seem to enjoy. And then you got Candace, played by the High School Musical star herself, Ashley Tisdale, which she is so good at what she does. She's a great singer and a great actress. She was perfect for that role to play Candace. And then you get Mitchell Musso, who plays as Jeremy from Hannah Montana, another great casting choice. And you can definitely tell that these celebrities that play these characters, they have so much fun playing these characters, doing some crazy, wacky stuff. It's fantastic. And they had some great chemistry, and there's some really great, hilarious humor. The parents of Phineas and Ferb and Candace, they're also fun to watch. They can be great to watch, and they got some great interaction. You got Buford, who was the bully. He is very hilarious and so fun to watch, which people, let's be honest with ourselves, we don't like being bullied. But he might be the most kind and most fun bully you ever want to hang out with, which I never thought I'd say that about a bully. Wow, how rare is that? But he's great. Buford is fantastic. The acting as a whole for all these characters is absolutely just great. You got Baljeet, who is just really funny. Isabella, played by Alison Stoner. I love her in this TV show, and I love the whole catchphrase of "What you doing?" It's awesome. It's a great catchphrase. And Alison Stoner, I mean, she's just a wonderful actress and also a great singer as well. She has done TV shows in the past, which I believe she was on Nickelodeon and then Disney. And she's just so fun to watch. And she is just so adorable on the screen when she interacts with Phineas. Like, she has a secret crush on Phineas, which I don't know if it's a secret now after seasons later, which you're going to find out when we get to the next 3 seasons and then the revival. But you can definitely tell that Phineas and Candace, they just have great chemistry, and they just absolutely love to hang out. They're just great. And then you get to some other great characters that's in the show. You got Major Monogram and Carl, which they are absolutely hilarious to watch on screen, which he is really funny in season 1, Major Monogram, and Carl also has some really cool humor there as well. And then you get to see it build up for the next season, which we'll talk about that very soon. And then you get Perry the Platypus, who is also known as Agent P, who is Phineas and Ferb's and Candace's pet platypus. Now, Candace, Phineas, and Ferb have no idea that their pet is a secret agent. So you got the kids that's doing their own things, Phineas, Ferb, and Candace, while Perry is doing his own stuff. They have no clue what Perry is doing. And yet, they still don't know the secret. They don't know the pet secret. At least, not for season 1. And they pretty much, they're just, completely blindsided at this point. Which does makes us wonder, are we going to see the actual secret? Like, are Phineas and Ferb Candace, are they going to know the secrets that their pet is a agent? Secret agent. We don't know. You're going to see the more seasons for yourself. But yeah, Agent P is absolutely just fabulous. And then you get Dr. Doofenshmirtz, played by the creator of the show, Dan Povenmire. Yeah, I know. I did not know the creator of the show actually played Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He is the best, stupidest villain in the history of animated TV shows. Like, he is so hilarious when he's on screen. Oh my gosh. I love him on screen. He is so funny. His innators! It's just hilarious. It's funny. He is by far is one of the funniest characters you'll see on the show, because this evil scientist, he's not very good at being evil. He's not very good at defeating Perry the Platypus. He is not good at it, but yet you just don't care. He is just so funny to watch, and you just love when he talks about this nature and then his backstories. It just makes it so hilarious to watch. He might be my favorite silly villain of the animated shows that I have watched for years. Like, keep that in mind. I have seen Looney Tunes so many times. I have watched many classic animated Hanna-Barbera shows and everything between. But I love Doobie because he's evil when he is not very good at being evil, which is really funny. And then you got some other great supporting characters that's in this one. Like you got Vanessa, who is actually has stuff to do with Smurf's daughter. She's really good to see on screen. There's these other great characters surrounding these characters that just makes it a lot more fun. It's just such a great concept for a TV show. Like, you pretty much can build your own imagination of building stuff. Like, you want to have fun with your friends. You want to have fun with your family. Don't just sit there, relax, and just be bored in the summer. Find something fun. Find something that you want to do that pretty much can bring your own imagination. And that's the beauty of Phineas and Ferb. They pretty much bring something that's really, really cool, and they just do different varieties of stuff. That's what makes this show so great. Last thing I want to get into is the musical numbers. It is fantastic. They have a different variety of stuff. They got a different variety of comedy, and they also got musical numbers, which, let's be honest with ourselves, when it comes to great Disney shows, you want to have catchy songs that you can listen to over and over and over again, and also that get you right in your head and thinking, oh yeah, I love that song. There's some great songs in the TV show, which, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I remembered every single episode of Season 1 of Phineas and Ferb, and I pretty much remember all the songs that actually in my head that I pretty much remember listening to. And there's some great songs also that could also be attended, at least for me, for adults, like Squirrel in My Pants. I die laughing when the song they play goes, Squirrel in My Pants, started to play. It's so hysterical. Like, the adults will find that humor so hilarious. And the kids will probably have a great time laughing at it as well. And probably the teenagers and the tweens as well. They're also going to be having fun laughing at it. Like, it's so hysterical when Candace was in the middle of having a nice picnic date with Jeremy. And then, of course, you got little Susie, who is Jeremy's little sister. Which, she's good too. She's a good character. She can be annoying at times, but I think that's probably their intention. Then everything just gets ruined, and then once the squirrels pretty much goes inside her pants, they just pull out this song number, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Like, it's just fantastic. Like, I love that song. It's so hilariously funny. It just drives me laughing every time I hear that. It's just absolutely hysterical. So yeah, the songs are absolutely just great. This is just an awesome TV show. Like, I watched it so many times when I was a kid, and even as an adult, I still love the show. In fact, it makes such a huge impact on pretty much not just the kids, but even adults. In fact, it actually made on the list of Watch Mojo's kids shows that adults love. And Phineas and Ferb actually made that list. See, it's not just a kids show. It's also a show that adults can actually enjoy. There's even a fan club on Facebook about Phineas and Ferb. That's pretty much what makes the show so great. It's not just about the show that kids love. Even the adults can also have fun watching this show. That's pretty much what makes it so great. So, I love Season 1 of Phineas and Ferb. I love it. It's just fantastic. If I had to get into what I think is my favorite episode of Season 1, man, it's so tough because, honestly, every single episode is great. I love every single episode. But I think I'm going to go with, dude, we're putting the band back together. That episode was fantastic. It's got some great humor. The songs, my goodness, it might be the best written musical numbers you'll find for an animated TV show. It is absolutely fantastic. They pretty much have this goal of trying to have a reunion of Love Handle, which was the band that Phineas and Ferb and Candace's parents loved when they first started going on their first date, and it was a love handle concert, and that's when they began to fall in love. So they wanted to, Phineas and Ferb and Candace decided to do a special anniversary when, spoilers, Candace's Phineas and Ferb's father forgot his wife's anniversary. Get in your head. So that's when they decided, okay, let's do something great for our parents. Let's have a great anniversary by reuniting Love Handle. It's such a fantastic episode. I absolutely love it. It's just such a great episode. It's got great songs. Everything about the episode was just beautiful. Like, seriously, I just love every single episode of season 1. Like I said, it's difficult because every single episode absolutely is just really great. I will say this, though, that the one episode where Phineas and Ferb gets busted, when they don't really get busted because it was more like dream sequence than dream sequence. Yeah, that episode was pretty dark. It's a pretty dark episode, which I do think it's a great episode, but I guess if I could put it into perspective, that's one episode where I can definitely say that it's still a great episode, but I love the other episodes more. That pretty much shows you how strong season 1 was when it comes to Phineas and Ferb. So, overall, love season 1. Great show. I totally had so much fun watching the first season of Phineas and Ferb. It was just a fantastic thing to watch. If you guys, for some reason, have not watched season 1, what are you waiting for? Go watch it. It's on Disney Channel, Disney XD, and it's also on Disney Plus, which, guys, if you don't have a Disney Plus subscription, you should, because Phineas and Ferb is just a fantastic show, especially the first season. So, definitely can say this was just a big win for Disney Channel, and it's all thanks to Phineas and Ferb. So, it was a great show, and I love it. So, there you go. So, that is my review of Phineas and Ferb Season 1. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check out our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and Instagram to the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You can see some updates and also some new episodes and some new things that we're going to be doing very, very soon. I'm hoping that I get to review Season 2 of Phineas and Ferb this month. Before me and my family actually do something that's considered pretty much an awesome opportunity that we're going to be doing, which I'm not going to share. But I'm hoping I get to review Season 2 this month, and then next month in July, that's when I'll review Season 3, and then in August, that's when I review Season 4. So stay tuned for those. So guys, God bless you. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have yourself a great day.
Have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.